All right, trade recap from today, Monday, September 22nd. So, getting right into it. Coming into the day, obviously Monday, and we're at all-time highs, and the overnight session does not take any buy-side liquidity. I really like this because this gives a lot of room for expansion, considering we haven't taken any buy-side objective. So, I see that the overnight and midnight opening price move only really moves lower. London only moves lower, and the move isn't sponsored by any SMT or us taking any high at all. It's just a slow trickle down. We come into OTE of this leg, and originally in the morning, what I wanted to see right like when the market opened right away was actually for us to um, get in one more manipulation leg on either asset to get an SMT at these lows because I would have really liked a long from there. But I said if we just start ripping from here, we can go take this low resistance liquidity right now, but not until I wouldn't get an entry unless we got a pullback. So that's what played out. My secondary option is what happened. The market opens and we get a pretty big candle up, and we don't really leave any significant SMT, which I like, right? Even though ES just took this high, it's not like one asset was lagging behind that much behind the other. So now I'm like, okay, we have this leg now to play in, and we just need a pullback and then an entry. That's really all I was looking for. So this initial first leg down gives us nothing. And then this is where I really, really like this trade. We put in a low here. We leave equal highs, which if you go back even further, are triple equal highs. So I'm like, okay, this is some really good built up liquidity beneath liquidity that has not been taken. So we have so much generated liquidity right now. I can just take any discounted entry that I can like them not discounted because we're in a premium, but I can take the first entry I really get here. So we end up running the low again, tagging into this 5 minute, and right after we hit the 5 minute, we reject it, and this is the only thing holding us down from the equal highs is this fair value gap. So as soon as it gets closed above, my entry is here, and usually I have a stop at the body low, but because today is a no news Monday, I'm willing to sit through a little bit choppier price action. So today I opted for putting my stop at the swing low, and since that is already taking out a decent amount of liquidity before we hit 1-to-1, I decided my first target, or my first and only target, would be at 1-to-1, just above it at this high. So actually, with my fill, that was probably like up here. This is probably exactly 1-to-1. So this is where I get my entry, and a little slow, but we make our way up there. I don't mind the lag because the SMT that like ES took it first, and I'm a little surprised that we even got there because we left triple equal lows then ripped, but can't complain. So this was the first trade of the day. Pretty basic. It doesn't really get any more like textbook than that, right? We just generate liquidity, pull back into a gap where somewhere we're expecting to see price move higher, and then confirmation that we're moving higher back in the trending direction. Pretty simple. Um, Now the second trade that I took was I just looked back at the charts after a little bit, and I realized, keep in mind this previous day high level is the current all-time high at this point. So we have quadruple equal highs, triple equal highs here with that high from before over here. All these are a previous day high, all-time highs. This is I was so surprised to even see this left. What I said in the Discord was obviously I was kind of joking. I said quadruple equal highs at previous day high. I just click the buy button, max cons, just because the certainty that these get hit is pretty high. We don't even need to leave the quadruple equal highs. It could have just been relative equal highs at previous day high, and I would have been very, very confident that they were going to get taken. Then the 10 a.m. candle opens right here. We have a run below the 10 a.m. opening price. putting in an SMT at this low here, right? And Q takes this low, ES does not. So this is now manipulation inside of a time-based discount because we're in a premium of the leg. We're very, very high up, but we come into a discount in terms of what time it is in the day. So once we put in this SMT right here, I was open to take an entry, and the highest time frame fair value gap for us to inverse was the 4, but I entered on the 3-minute inverse out of pure conviction that this model would play out. Once we got this 3-minute inverse here, I was in only half size because I am technically not waiting for the highest time frame inverse. So to get a full RR return on this, I'm holding for 2RR. And another reason I'm confident that the 2RR will get hit is that it is below the first standard deviation. I expect that we get to the first standard deviation projection at least, and my 2RR target being below that, I'm cool with it. And then go break even as soon as the all-time highs gets hit, because you don't know how price is going to react from there. So at this point, I'm break even. Risk is off the trade, and I'm just holding. Now, I'm not full transparency. I probably got out. I got out on this candle here, like just the bottom half of this candle here. So a little less than 2RR, because I was not willing to sacrifice the few points of profit for the whole trade worth of profit. So that was a valid sacrifice in my opinion. Yes, it's below the 1 standard deviation, but we've already extended past what I'm looking for on my model, so I'm more than happy to take it off at this much RR above all-time highs. Also, just notice how perfectly we respect the opening price and discounted gap in this leg. Perfect order flow. So yeah, those were the 2 trades today. Hope you guys learned something, and if you have any questions, you can leave them. TikTok, Discord, YouTube, wherever. I'll try to get back to them, and hopefully you learn something that you can implement in your trading. And yeah, good luck. Thanks.